The L word, and this is not the Showtime L word, the L word is a tripwire, a major, major tripwire. You come on the air, you call me a liar. Excuse me. If we were in the same room, I'd go to a break, take you outside, and put a whooping on. I really would. I mean, you don't go, sorry, if you don't have a backup for calling me a liar, we have a real problem. And this guy from Americans United for Separation of Church and State, then, the producer of this radio program calls him and says, hey, you want to go on the radio show? And he says, where is that stuff? He says, yeah, well, what he said was, I got it here. He says that a couple of hours after Gibson's show ended and Rob went home, Gibson's producer called Rob's cell saying, John's really upset that you called him a liar. The producer asked Rob if he would be willing to appear on Gibson's radio show for round 2. Rob, who managed to keep his cool while Gibson became unhinged, said he would. That's a lie. That's not what the producer said. I got a couple of people who witnessed the conversation. Before they could make a scheduled appearance, Gibson got on the phone and started screaming again. He's claiming here he didn't know he was going to be on, which is a lie. Rob, who does not suffer fools kindly, told Gibson the truth, explaining calmly that Gibson is a clown, Fox News is a joke, and their nonsense is demagoguery. This guy, Rob Boston, today he weighed in on something called the Carpetbagger Report, which is a very, very liberal blog. These guys were blogging away about what was happening here, and they were talking about how my head was going to explode. And it's true, it was. And I've no, people called and say, how dare you lose it? Well, I did lose it. Because the guy called me a liar. Don't do that. So Rob himself now weighs in and says, you guys are the best bunch of progressive blog reader activists a guy has ever had. Some people are suggesting that my response to John might spell the end of my appearances on Fox News Channel. I can only say to that, don't do me any favors. Fox needs me more than I need Fox. Well, we'll see. He also said, a plug for my own books. I've written 3. You might especially like Close Encounters with the Religious Right, which, and I'm quoting him now, which chronicles my travels in the bizarro world of right-wing fundamentalist Christianity. So there you go. Americans United for the Separation of Church and State thinks the world of Christians is bizarro. And so Rob and I re-engaged on this program, and I was still seething, shall we say. Listen. Rob, are you on the phone right now?
I'm on the phone.
How could you do that?
How could I do what?
You called me a liar. You said the incidents in my book were not true, that they were lies. Number one, I don't think you read it. I don't think you know. And to come on my air after I have been having a civil discussion with Barry for weeks now, and to come on and throw that word around as if you know is unconscionable.
You guys always stack the deck, don't you? Your guys, O'Reilly, wanted me to come on 2 weeks ago and talk about these issues.
If you want to talk about O'Reilly, talk to O'Reilly. I'm talking about what's in my book. The book is...
Peddling.
Pardon me?
It's the same junk you're peddling. It's unconscionable for you to be dividing people like this.
Rob, what junk?
The junk
what junk?
The junk about Saginaw, the junk about that school in Wisconsin that supposedly censored Silent Night and didn't do it. These stories aren't true.
I don't have any story about a school in Wisconsin. I don't have a story about Saginaw. What are you talking about?
You got Plano in there. You've been telling that one for weeks. And
Plano is absolutely true.
Bogus. It's bogus.
Rob, listen. Let's just be straight about this. You're calling me on my facts. Now, have you read the book?
I haven't read the book, John.
Thank you very much. For the umpteenth time. For the umpteenth time, somebody is attacking me in this book without a clue what's in it. This has happened several times. I mean, the L.A. Times had to retract exactly what it is Rob was saying there, because the columnist went on and said these exact same things, said, by the way, I haven't read the book, but this is what Gibson said. The LA Times was forced to print a retraction and reprimand the columnist. But here you got Rob Boston, representing Americans United for the Separation of Church and State, which does not want your child to be in the presence of a Christmas tree at a school, does not want a Santa Claus to show up at a school, does not want red or green to appear in the cafeteria. You know, I heard a story yesterday about a woman who said all our red and green cardboard stuff has been locked up until Christmas is over. They put it under lock and key. That's what Americans United wants. And this guy comes on and lies. And then expects me, and all of his fans expect me to stay calm. I didn't. That makes you a liar, Rob, because you're accusing me of something you have no idea what's in that book.
Well, John, you know...
Go read the book, Rob.
At least I'm not a demagogue.
You're a moron, Rob. You're a complete moron.
John,
you come on the air and you lie and you accuse people of saying things they didn't say, and then you try to defend yourself by bringing up O'Reilly.
Disgraceful. You call yourself a journalist?
I call myself an author. I wrote a book. You can't even call yourself a reader. What about this idea that people think they're entitled to attack me about something I said in the book without reading the book? Frankly, I think this one's a no-brainer. I think I have a very long fuse. It takes a while for me to blow, but call me a liar, and especially, I could stumble into a mistake, which somebody could interpret as a lie, and I wouldn't take it. But I spent months writing this book. I chased down people, emailed them, I interviewed them at huge length. And if you actually read the thing, you'll see I didn't attack anybody. I gave them the benefit of the doubt all the way through it. But these people feel like they don't even have to read it to attack me. It's just shocking. I mean, there's a guy, the New Yorker guy, Rick Hertzberg, who I kind of know. He read it. He hated it. Fine. No problem. Just in the full disclosure department, I talked in the book about Plano, Texas, where they outlawed red and green. Now, what they did was they told the mothers and the fathers, when you come to the holiday party, which used to be the Christmas party for the kids, we don't want any sign of Christmas, so no red and green napkins, plates, papers, so forth. A colleague of mine here at Fox, in relating that story, mistakenly said they outlawed red and green clothing. And this Plano school district has been going, oh, Fox is wrong, they lie, they do, we didn't ever do. And I never said that. But the guy lumps me in with the other guy, so I've been accused of faking it, that there is no war on Christmas, and the people accusing me of this are the very ones waging the war on Christmas. They'd like it to be under the radar. They don't want you to spot it. 888-788-9910.